What's up, everybody? Smash Bro here. And today I was going to Let's Play ARK Survival Evolved. I was going to, but it's not even a Let's Play anymore. This is a test of my patience. I have been trying to record what I have accomplished in this game 11 times now. This is my 12th attempt to record at least something of value from playing this game. Now, I will go into details of why this game does not work. But first thing first, I just want to get into the game. I want to see how long it takes before this thing will just break. I'm going to probably end my recording, restart my recording. So if there's checkpoints and there's jump cuts, totally understandable. It will happen. Just side with me on this. This is the umpteenth time I have tried to give a shit about this fucking game, and it refuses to pay me back. So right now I am just a broken man. There will be a stack of medical bills at the end of this Let's Play where I will be in therapy and will need treatment for migraines. I actually had to take Tylenol trying to figure out why this game was giving me a fucking headache. And it's downright frustrating. This game was made by developer Studio Wildcard, also published by them, but it was with Instinct Games, Virtual Basement. Those are the three I remember. I don't remember the other one. It's like Electro Studios or something. I don't know. I honestly, I would rather just talk about the game once I'm in it. So let's just start the game up, because I'm just fed up. I'm honestly fed up. I can't take much more. I need to check the options first, make sure everything's at the lowest. Good. That is fine by me. You see this. These are the lowest settings. I have these on the lowest settings. And I meet all of the hardware requirements. I should be at medium, and I should be able to run everything on high with ambient occlusion and subsurface scattering and high quality materials. I can't do that. And you want to know fucking why? Is because this thing is NVIDIA based. They don't seem to tell you that in this hidden brochure of theirs. They don't tell you on their Steam page. They can't code for anything AMD related. Now, I understand. You know, you're a businessman. You say to yourself, you go for one target who funds you better. I totally understand that. I could care less if the game ran like shit at that point. I know you're a sellout for one brand, but what fucking annoys me is that it just doesn't work. And what makes it even more frustrating is that this thing keeps corrupting my save file for my videos, because it keeps crashing my video drivers. And then it also, in a pop-up window, tries to imply that it's my fault, that I didn't install something properly, or my drivers are the problem, when in reality, it's just incapable of using them. So, who knows? I should meet the medium mark, the GTX 770 setup, completely. And it doesn't care. I have tried every different combination of all of these, ticked on and off. I don't care for most of these, as long as the game fucking runs. I want to go into this game. I want to go in a lot of games, objectively. I really do. I'm not just the kind of person who wants to just bash something. I want to experience it and then bash it as I progress through it to find out whether or not I like it or hate it, or I'm just having fun with it altogether. And this game doesn't even let me do that. It will not. It refuses to work under any circumstance. There are at least five different ways to play this game. You can play it with like 4 gig mode, low memory mode, low memory, no sound, something about like no sky. Like you can play this game without a sky model, I think. Some people need that option. I shouldn't. I have 16 gigs of RAM, but it's saying like I should run it in 4 gig mode or something. Like, fuck you. I quote, why early access? We are a veteran team with some major hits behind our leads, and much of the core challenge is already met. I want you to know, this game runs bad. Okay, DayZ, Arma, I can play. They run like shit, but I can play them. Rust, I can play. Let's just see what our options are before we go. So we have... you pretty much have an inventory very similar to something like H1Z1, any survival kind of game, where you have an inventory and you can also access another person's inventory. It's really strange, but it's not too taxing. It's a huge amount of buttons, and what's strange is it picked some of the worst options for some of these buttons for key bindings. I don't know what they were thinking for some of these. I just did not tamper with anything that involved emotes and whistles. I don't care. I highly doubt I will even progress far enough in the game to even use whistles. Who the fuck knows? We'll have to see. Because if it doesn't, I would rather just record me bitching about this game and ranting and explaining how it doesn't work rather than just show you it, because I can't. Because this game is fucking garbage. But, you know what? I'll remain non-biased. I will remain unbiased about this heap of shit. And speaking of heaps of shit, let's talk about this game's poop mechanic, because God knows we all need a goddamn defecate button in video games. Yes, this game actually features you eating shit. I reiterate, much of the core challenge is already met. Yes, the core challenge. We have a shit button. A button where you press to defecate. Because we all need that. This game has been out for almost 3 months now. They can't even optimize this game to run properly, graphically. But goddamn, they got that poop mechanic. I can't wait for the new customization options, the new hotfix, and the new add-on they add, where they can add on different skins or customization to your poop mechanic. Like where's the coil mound? I can't wait for that content to be added to the game. Meanwhile, the game still runs at 10 fucking frames per second, has pop-ins every 10 fucking feet. I still have huge bloom problems in the game. I can't even see anything if the sun is like even remotely next to their back. They just become this white light, and I feel like I'm being irradiated through my computer monitor. Oh, and yes, don't forget about the selfie cam button, where, because you really need, because in prehistoric or futuristic or alternate universe, whatever the fuck this world is, you really need selfie sticks. Apparently there are weapon attachments, map markers, okay. I mean, what a button selection. N, P, and O to drop weapons. O, have you ever heard of that? I'm just not touching it because I doubt I will care. So let's just play this game, get into it, and experience true bliss. So I'm gonna apply, and I'm gonna save. Hopefully it all works. Let's just start the fucking game up. I'm burning free weekend Moonlight right now. This is pretty much my last attempt at playing this game. Or at least trying to. Because every time I've done it, it just seems to give up. I'm not about to have that. So, first thing first, just pick a server. They're all essentially official servers, as far as I know. And I will be honest, I would be remiss to not mention that they do have a very large selection of servers. There are plenty around my area that seem to match my ping level. Plenty of space. I do appreciate that. I'm not trying to sound harsh to some parts of this game. What pisses me off is that it doesn't work. I guess that's good. Official server 37. I mean, it's not really a big deal. It really doesn't matter. I think they're all the same map. It says procedurally generated, but I think it just means the same exact map. I'm not honestly sure. I'm not honestly sure at all. So just join, start it up. I mean, there's early access, but when you say that as an excuse for why a game just does not work at all, then you're just nitpicking. You're the problem. You're the one who's telling me that it's my fault that I can't play this, that I can't experience how you experience it, all for the sake of selling this game to me. So now we're going to sit here for about, I'd say, 90 seconds, just guessing off how this game has always been every time I try and load it. So we're going to sit here for a while, because this game has an insanely slow loading time. Loading is not ARK's forte. Now, I have it on a virtual RAM disk. It's not a huge benefit, but it should be able to speed up the process, at least somewhat noticeably. And it doesn't seem to be doing that. I'm pretty sure people who have SSDs also have very slow loading times. I've seen them on streams, Twitch streams. I've seen enough of it. And what's more is it's a very weak loading screen. It's the kind where they could just... I mean, you can see all the dithering in it. It's pathetic. It looks like it's just 8-bit colored garbage. Just the way it's dithered and the way it's portrayed and everything. Meanwhile, they put all of their budget in some shitty E3 demo where they make an ass out of their entire fucking PR team. Where all they showed was how artifacted it is, how many pop-ups appear, and how many pop-ins with the textures occur. The frame rate is choppier than a lawnmower.
We were really trying to focus on optimization. You want to play the game with totally scaled down graphics and it looks really bad but still runs.
So they can spend their money on that, but God forbid they actually put time and effort into making the game run faster, load faster, you know, play better. Screw that. Well, okay. Load it in. Might as well actually try and play the game for once. Oh, by the way, this is the third time I've... Oh, God. You fucking bitch. You fucking bitch! Oh my God! Alright, so right now, I'm going to skip through all of this. I want to talk about a lot of this, but every time I try and talk about this, the game crashes here. Okay? So we're just gonna make him look as retardedly stupid as possible. Because everybody knows in a game where character creation exists, we need options to make our character look like a bipedal Jabba the Hutt. Now, I'm really pissed because this is the 4th time it's crashed on me while I got this recording to go forward. I actually got these recordings to work. And it's right here where all of it seems to happen. So whatever, just keep our hourglass figure. It crashed again. I fucking can't fucking believe it. Why? Why can't you fucking work? What is so tough about working? What is it? What honestly is your fucking malfunction? I have a high-end GPU. I have a high-end CPU. Just because you're fucking NVIDIA-based doesn't mean you should just sell out and say, fuck you, AMD. And the worst part is you don't fucking disclaim that. You don't say that anywhere in this goddamn giant-ass Steam page. You've had 3 months to fix basic frame rate issues, choppiness, video card issues, and you're still fucking around with putting out, what is this, 40 plus more creatures. Oh, wow. Golly gee. I can't fucking wait for those. I mean, honestly, I am playing a video game. We're not here for a slideshow. If they would be called slideshows then. I'm not here for an art exhibit because it's not a fucking art exhibit. I came for video games. It's a video. Video is in the fucking title. Make a fucking video. Frames are in unison. Motion occurs. My God. No matter what I fucking do, this game just refuses to let me fucking play this piece of garbage. Everybody tells me this is a fucking great game. It's a very fun game that you can play with your friends in a huge party, craft some stuff, build a house, have sex, get married, fucking die for all I care. That's pretty much the game. Just another basic simulator with overcomplicated elements just because. Because they can't innovate. They're just there to make something out of dinosaurs. That's their fucking basic concept. I would rather have a Turok MMO. Just somebody else make it. Anybody. I don't care who. Just not these people. This is the planned core features included, among many other things, as I state this. More saddle types, including saddle armor tiers, and saddles with powerful weapons mounted on them. Gas-powered vehicles. Human dino body paints. More underwater biome ecosystem complexity. Why would you need half this stuff? I don't understand. What is the turn on for this game? You're building stuff in a world with dinosaurs. Is that really somebody's fantasy for 24/7? I don't know. I don't even know why people jerk off to survival games like this. Sure, there's survival, but when there's no survival at all, like literally, you can play this game for like 3 hours, find some friends, and just, you will settle down. You will be safe for most of the game. You get a big enough group, you're fine. There is no such thing as survival. It's just a giant civilization that really does nothing. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck the appeal is for this piece of garbage. Knowing that all they will do is keep adding content that doesn't work, fills the game with a bunch of clutter, rather than fixes the problem, is insulting. My God, I just had a driver update for my AMD card yesterday. Before I even touched this goddamn game. I even rolled back the driver just to make sure, and nothing has fucking changed. Also, what they say in this core features is, in addition to zillions of bug fixes, intensive performance improvements, mega iterative polishing, and what have you, you haven't done any of that. I recall 2 hot fixes in that little bar to the right, but I can't see it because your game crashed. Oops. Doesn't really matter, because there's nothing worse to me than trying to give a shit about a game and the game refuses to let you have one. It refuses. Kind of ironic when the whole point of the game is to eat shit, but, you know, maybe it's just not for me. Maybe it's not for anybody who is sensible, who can reasonably understand that this game has no point. There's no substance to it. It's going to be exactly like that No Man's Sky game, where literally you have nothing to do. You just go from procedurally generated world to procedurally generated world. It's just a RNG simulator. Honestly, what is the point? It's like saying, wow, a new different world to look at. After 20 minutes, you will be fucking bored of that game, and you're going to be bored of this one too. Nothing is interesting in this title. You'll look at a species, and you'll be like, oh, that's kind of cool, that's a dinosaur. I've never seen that alive before. And then you'll realize that it starts moonwalking away from you, because that's how the game is coded. It doesn't have actual walking animations half the time. They just glide across. You glide across. Everything in this game just glides at 5 frames per second. Don't even go underwater in this game. It is a mess. This game has a graveyard of frames, and it is running out of room. It just keeps piling up with terrible optimization. I understand that this is an early access title. I get it. But when you coddle the idea that early access titles should automatically be terrible, and that automatically means it's a good game, that means nothing. You can praise it for concept and some objective elements, but if the game doesn't actually work, then it's early access. I mean, this game's doing essentially what DayZ and Rust do. Absolutely nothing. It has been 3 months. 3 months since it first released. And you want to tell me that they don't have the ability or the budget to fix this? Bullshit! This thing's the top seller. It's been a top seller for fucking 3 months consistently. And not only that, they had the money, the PR budget, to put this game on some shitty 15-minute E3 demo, showing them a game that ran worse than most PlayStation games. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play of ARK Unoptimization Evolved. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Go play other early access games that evolve. That actually do evolve. I mean it. Go play ones that have learned to optimize in less than a month's time. Ones that can actually run. Go play, I would recommend The Long Dark. Killing Floor 2. I would recommend those as early access titles. They seem to be progressing at a very natural rate. Both are fun titles. Hell, Long Dark is a survival title. I have fun with it all the time. Because it's more focused on actual survival. And atmosphere. And the fact that the game runs properly. There's optimization for the elements used in the game. It doesn't run like a fucking mess. And it's very easy to run for any system. A big project like this is a good concept. But when you just plain ignore the fact that it does not work, when you don't have a substantial object, when you just have the concept and you have bare bones and duct tape and half a bucket of spit and glue, then you have ARK. So hopefully this game actually gets better. I don't know. I don't care. I would highly advise not touching it. Don't fucking try it. You will just want to shoot yourself in the long run. Because everything about this game is ignored. Fuck it. Fuck you, ARK. Go fuck yourself.
Ready, go!